What's going on, everybody? Just want to show real quick, on this Teryx S Hester Edition Elka shocks here real quick. So this with the stock tires, so 27-inch stock tires, and we have the ride height set at 13 inches of ground clearance pretty much, which is more than enough, because usually my target, I like to say, on 14 or 30-inch tires is 14 inches of ground clearance is plenty good. 14 to 14 and a half. To give you an idea, a KRX with 31s is 14 and a half. So I mean, you got plenty of ground clearance for this, 64-inch wide machine, anything like that. So 14 to 14 and a half inches of ground clearance on 30s is your benchmark. So this right now has 13 inches of ground clearance, but we just want to show how much down travel these suckers have, because it's just crazy awesome with the added travel, the extra down travel and up travel, of course, and then the plushness of it. So go ahead and drop it down there. So that's with the tire still touching the ground. That's how far down that the shocks will extend out, adding you that travel. And of course, we're gonna settle the suspension here. Now, try to do that with stock suspension. Do that again. I mean, just how plush it is. I'll do the rear. This one, I've got pictures of it. I'm going to be posting on that too. But basically, from that point, at 13 inches of ground clearance, it will down travel to where you're at 19 inches of ground clearance off of it. So we got it set at 6 inches of down travel, 6.5 inches of up travel. You're at 50% right there. So that's how you set perfectly. You start jacking that up and you start pushing that tire down, you're pushing that shock shaft out, and you're losing that down travel. That down travel is performance. You think trophy truck. See how that sucker sits? That's the way you want it to sit. You want performance and ride quality? There it is right there. That's the way that you want it to sit. We're gonna go up on to a stock Teryx on the floor, and I'll have them bounce on the suspension on that, just so you can see that. So here is a Teryx S on the floor. Same wheel, same tire, so we don't have any different size tire. Nothing changed. This with the stock Fox shocks. Now the other one back there, you're at 13 inches of ground clearance. So this sucker is like 10. I mean, look at that. My shoe, I can't even move my foot. The other one, I could move my foot like this and clear. So that's why I say, we gain a good amount in the front, because this sucker's sitting like a stink bug. It's too soft in the front, too stiff in the rear. Watch, come and hop on the rear just to show the difference. This sucker doesn't even want to move, barely. It's quite a bit firmer. It's not as plush overall, and you don't have the same travel, because we're gaining that extra inch of down travel and 1.5 inches of up travel, allowing this sucker to move and flex so much better, and of course sit correctly. It is sitting level, so the front right here at the A-arm, that frame is straight all the way through to the back here. And as you can tell, this machine, see how much lower it is in the front than the rear. Don't look at this frame, look at this frame right here. See that? See how much lower it is up here than back here? So you have that stink bug effect to it. Remember, I couldn't even move my foot. See, off the floor, stock, the S has that stink bug to it. That's why on the stock Foxes you have to crank down the preload like 3/4 of an inch, which you really don't want to do, but it's a band-aid. You want to change the springs and have correct springs in them. That would help. That is also a band-aid, but you still have very inferior valving and set up inside there. So wanted to show how the machines sit, so that way you can get that idea. So basically there you have it. When you want the absolute best performance upgrade for your Teryx, you want the Hester Edition Elka shocks. If it doesn't have that Hester Edition sticker on it, you bought the wrong thing, my friend. All 5 stages, we're the only ones that have this type of selection. We build you everything that you want. In Teryx's, I've got close to 100 part numbers in shocks, because I test and design every single aspect. I've got different load setups, different valving setups for different weights. I've got every scenario, portals, lift kits, long travels. You're talking to somebody that actually designs and tests the suspension, not somebody that just builds a shock theoretical and says, here you go, here's a shock. I do all the work. So this is where Hester Edition Elka shocks are far superior than everybody. And with my exclusive 2-stage valving on all 5 stages, nobody can touch the performance. Anybody can make a plus shock, but then you start riding fast and it blows right through the stroke and you bottom out and you don't have the performance. But when you have a plus shock and the sucker could eat chop for lunch, that's a huge, huge benefit. So just wanted, we got this one done. Just wanted to show everybody. I do have a video coming up that's going to show all about the arched arms and all that stuff. So basically, when it comes to anything suspension, I'm your man. You give us a call here at the store, 575-445-3558, Tuesday through Saturday, and we will help you completely change your ride.